Hello and welcome back. I am Rob and you are watching Outside in the 515. Today we got some ash to split and we got to figure out a new way to get it from the splitter to the pile. So I got to get figured out how to get from the splitter to the stack without a whole bunch of extra work, a whole bunch of bending down and straining and all that stuff. So I'll spin you around. I'll show you what I tried doing yesterday. And then I'll go through and tell you what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna try next and see if that works. So mainly because it is not in the budget right now for a conveyor, and I don't have the time to buy an old hay conveyor, fabricate it, make it bulletproof, for firewood. So we're gonna have to make do with what we got, and we'll just see if it works. So right now, I've got a bunch of ash to split. I've already split a bunch yesterday. I got a bunch more over there to get cut up, but I want to get as much ash split as I can, because that right there is the last cord that I know is dry. This cord here is all ash, and some of it looks to be dry, but I'm going to pull a few pieces from the middle and split them in half and test them and see if those are ready to go. And then this is the rack I'm working on now, so I'd like to get it stacked. And that face cord in the back, it was from all of this, so we'll see how long all this stuff takes. But what I was doing was I was splitting, letting the wheelbarrow fill up, and I'd go over there and stack. That way was filling that wheelbarrow way too fast. The Wolf Ridge is way too fast to fill a wheelbarrow and then move it over. Now, yes, I could just move this closer to the rack and let it pile up and then stack it. I'm gonna try another way first, and then we'll go from there. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna finish stacking this, and then I'm gonna take the Gorilla Cart, and it, even full, you can move it around by hand pretty easy. So, or I could even get it backed up to the four-wheeler, but I'm thinking too much. It moves fairly easy, and I'm just going maybe 10 foot. So I'm gonna pull the Gorilla Cart up to the front. I'm gonna split into that, and then when that's full, I'm gonna push that back there and split, and that way it's all up, it's not on the ground, because we still got that to get stacked. And I'm not going to go into specifics or details, but I'm going to be a one-man show for a while. So I have to come up with with the setup I have and the equipment I have, I need to come up with ways that are the easiest for me. So that's what I'm going to try today in this video. And I'm going to try to get as much of this ash split, because I've got a big sycamore that was dropped. I got to get it split, and then all the stuff over here. So that's part of that sycamore. There's some big sycamore there, and then I got to still got to get the rest of that stuff split. I've got the rest of this stuff to get split. I got these logs behind me that I need to get cut up. And I've got about 2.5 weeks to get it done with everything else that's going on, because I'm on vacation for the next 2.5 weeks. So I'm gonna do my best to get it all done, and maybe we'll take you along for the ride on some of it. So I'm gonna get this wheelbarrow and a half stacked, and then we'll get you set up. We'll get the Wolf Ridge fired up, and we'll get to work. Okay, well, that didn't work as well as I thought it was going to, because by the time I got it filled, that thing holds about a half a face cord. So then you're stacking a half a face cord. So what I did now is I got the wolf ridge pretty close to the rack, and I'm just gonna split a table, stack it. Split a table, stack it. Alrighty, well, I had more footage, but I forgot to push record. So I was cruising right along, forgot to push record. But I like this way a whole lot better for now, until I can get a conveyor figured out or something else. I've also thought about, once I got a big brush pile back here. See all that? I got to get that burnt, but it's been too dry and it's been windy. So we're supposed to get rain this coming week. So I'm hoping next weekend I can get that burnt. And then what I think I'm gonna do is I'll set up bins. I'll split into my tractor bucket and then I'll dump that. Is what I think I'll do with that. So, but that's gonna wrap this video up. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share it with your friends. Click all the bells and whistles, all the ringy-dings at the bottom, and we'll catch you on the next one.